Well, Jordan, thanks for talking to us. Look, it's a year now since you won the Champions League final, but I guess it's a night that you probably relive in your head pretty often.
Yeah, it's a night that you tend to look back to when it's times like this. Of course, reflecting and looking back. That's certainly the night that stands out for me, and I'm sure for a lot of the lads and Liverpool fans as well. It was an incredible night, and one we'll never forget.
Tell me what your memories are of the build-up to it, because you had that brilliant Premier League season, picked up 97 points, just got pipped to the title by Manchester City, and you played that final just a few days after not winning the league. And I just wonder what your role of captain was at that point, just to kind of lift everyone and keep their eyes on the job.
To be honest, the lads didn't need lifting. When you go through adversity or tough times, then we've always responded in the right way over the last few years. And I knew after that last game, it did hurt. Of course, having such a good season and not getting over the line to win the league did hurt a lot on that last day. But we also knew that it would help us going into the final and using that sort of pain to make sure that after the night in Madrid, that it wasn't going to be the same outcome. It was going to be a different one, and one where we were all celebrating. So I think it drove us on even more. And yeah, when you eventually get there, I felt very confident in that we could go out there and do the job.
I wonder whether also the result against Real Madrid in the final a year before was kind of a motivation for you on the night.
Yeah, I think it was a sort of accumulative things of if you look at obviously Madrid, the league that season, you look further back to Europa League finals and League One finals that were lost as well. So there was a few moments where if we look back, we'd been through them tough times together. We always responded in the right way. And we always kept going and kept improving. So I knew after the last game of the league, I knew it would in some way help us going into the final to make sure that it wasn't going to happen again. But certainly the Madrid game, you learn a lot from playing in finals, especially the Champions League one. And I felt we learned a lot from that Madrid game coming into the one a year later.
And obviously it's an absolute pleasure to play for a football club with the history that Liverpool have. But actually with that history comes expectation and perhaps a bit of weight on people's shoulders. I remember Rio Ferdinand talking about life at Manchester United, and he said that he didn't feel he belonged there until he'd been the guy to stand there and lift a trophy. Similar to you, it was the Champions League trophy. And after that moment, he felt like he could be in the company of the Bobby Charltons who would be hanging around at the football ground and stuff. Did you have a similar kind of realisation on that night? The men who've gone before you who've also lifted that trophy?
I felt as though I had a responsibility, looking back at them great legends of Liverpool. I feel not only me, but the whole squad feel that responsibility. But we spoke about we wanted to create our own history, especially when the manager first came in. As much as the Liverpool history, how great it is and how many great players have played for the club and what they've achieved, it was time for us to show and create our own history, really. So I think we'll learn a lot from the greats in the past, but we also look forward and want to achieve things as a team, as a group ourselves, and hopefully in 15, 20 years time, we can look back and look at this team and think, it was a great team, and what they achieved was phenomenal.
And of course, the plan, I know, is to win multiple titles, including the Premier League, whenever that season gets going again. But on that night, you just have to sort of be in the moment, and to see you with your dad and that sort of pure, raw emotion between the two of you was a lovely moment. I hope you didn't mind sharing it with the whole world.
No, it was just something that happened, and would have preferred the cameras not to be there, probably, so you couldn't see us crying. But at the same time, I think that's what football's all about, you know, the emotion, the passion that I have for football, and that my dad's had over the years, and what he's gone through for me to get where I am, and how much it means to him to then see him such a short time after the final whistle was an amazing moment, and again, one that I'll never forget.
Listen, it might have been frustrating at the time that the cameras were there, but trust me, in 20 or 30 years, you'll be glad that that moment was captured and you can relive it as many times as you like. Listen, we appreciate you joining us to kind of reflect on what happened a year ago. And we look forward to the day that we can all be looking forwards to another game of football, all right?
Yeah, thank you. Hopefully it's it's not too far away, but we've just got to sort of follow what everybody's telling us, you know, and I'm sure when it's safe for us to go back, we'll all want to go back and play some football, because I'm just missing getting out there and playing, really.